Chloe Rook. I'm a music student at St Catherine's College, Oxford. I'm in my final year, my third year of the degree. And outside of the degree, I'm a conductor and I work with lots of the ensembles around Oxford, with opera companies and with orchestras.
Can you tell me a little bit about, I guess, just your experience with music, how you got involved with it, how you got started?
Okay, so I mean, for me, my career as a musician started with the piano when I was about 6, as a lot of people do. And then when I was 11, my granddad gave me his second flute, so I took that up and I was planning on applying to music college to do flute. And then in the last couple of years of my school, I was chatting to my music teacher and we kind of figured I wasn't so set on flute that I wanted to go and do a degree in it. In the UK, like the music degrees, you either go to conservatoire and you study an instrument,
Right.
Or you go to university and it's much more of a broad academic degree. So the degree here at Oxford it's very broad. You're studying history of music, you're studying philosophy of music and kind of different topics, and it gives you a really good grounding in like understanding music before you can then go and do performance afterwards if you so desired.
So take me through a little bit of like the Oxford music program. Like how is it broken down? What do you have to do to graduate?
Yeah, so the first year course, most things are compulsory and they kind of get you up to an even playing field because different A levels in music are, when you come from school, kind of teach you different things. They want to get everyone on an even playing field. So for the first year, there's a special topics module, which is different history modules. I think you end up writing on 3, like various things. So I think I ended up writing on a module on Strauss and the representation of women, Schubert and his string quartets and things, and then Machaut, who was a medieval French composer. So like really random, broad things, but it's kind of based on what the tutors specialise in. Second and third years, you're working towards your finals, and that starts in second year with no exams at the end of second year. It's all at the end of final year, and then you have much more freedom in what you choose.
Actually, tell me, how did you start like doing conducting so much, and like how did you figure out that like that's what you wanted to do? I
think so, like I said, before I came to university, I'd done a bit of conducting because I went to one of the junior music colleges as a flute player on Saturdays while I was at school during the week, and I did some conducting classes there as a side study and very much didn't really think that was going to be a career path, but just did it as a side study. It was a really interesting skill just to learn about directing music and what goes on from the front of an orchestra. And it was really interesting to learn the skills and just to get some sort of basic baton technique going, like how you beat time and that sort of thing.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, louder on the tuba, 3, 4.
So conducting to me is very much a combination of like loving groups of people and creating unity in groups of people and loving music. So this is G&D's. It's one of the favourite places of music students to come after rehearsals. So I come here on basically a weekly basis for my weekly top-up of ice cream and hot drinks and bagels. And it's open till 2 AM, so it's a really nice alternative to the pub if you just want to have coffee, have a drink, have some ice cream with friends after rehearsal. So this is the Sheldonian. It's where in your first year you matriculate, which is a big Latin ceremony. Basically says you're part of the uni and you wear gowns and everyone has a big party after, and there's a ceremony. It's all in Latin and everyone is in their white shirts and gowns in there, but for me, more importantly, this is where most of the concerts happen in Oxford. Gotcha. So in a few weeks' time I'm working on an opera which we're going to be doing here.
So it's like a huge concert hall.
Venue, and it's in the round, so you have seats on all the sides and then big space.
And is this all the same building? All of this is all connected?
This is the Bodleian. That's the main library in Oxford, and actually the Bodleian is the second biggest library in the UK, and except for the main library in London. But it's all underground. Between here all the way along down this road, there's a whole underground library, and the Bodleian is one of the few libraries that has to have a copy of every book ever printed.
It's pretty cool. They even have the Da Vinci Code.
So tell me a little bit about social and residential life at Oxford.
Yeah, so Oxford's a little bit different to other universities in that you're part of the university, but you're also a member of a college. So there are just over 30 colleges across the university. Each one has a different character, a different vibe about it, is known for different things. So I'm at St Catherine's, and it was built in the 1960s as one of the newer colleges. And your whole sort of life happens in college. So you live in college. I'm lucky that my college offers accommodation all 3 years, so we get rooms all 3 years in college. There's a dining hall, there's a library, there's a gym, and there's the JCR with all the social scene. And it's just a really nice space so that you can get to know a smaller group of people in the university. The great thing is as well, there's a spread of all the subjects in each college, so each sort of, there are 4 music students in my year at my college, but most of my friends are on other courses, so it means you can kind of just take a step back from the academics and sort of hang out with people and learn about different subjects.
Cool.
For me, the academics in music here are great, and there are some really world-class professors here who are the top in their field. So that's really exciting to come into and to learn with them. I love the college system, being able to have a kind of one-on-one or two-on-one tutor, and the opportunities as a musician is vast. So I think from a musical perspective, think about whether you want to be studying a practical course or like an academic course. And remembering, if you're doing an academic course, you could always go on to do a practical course later for masters. Because Oxford, there isn't really, in terms of the actual degree, there's not a lot of practical content. You can do a recital, but there's loads going on outside of that, but in terms of towards your degree, there's not much. So if you're just into studying an instrument, probably this isn't the place. But if you're interested in learning about academic music and history and like philosophy and things related to music, this is the place. Although I think a lot of the stereotype is it's very like high pressure environment, and it is, and there's a lot of work, and I'd say I'd have 2 to 3 essays a week, so there is a lot of work. But if it's in a subject you love, don't let that put you off from applying, because Oxford interviews, and one of the things they try to gauge at interview is whether you'll suit the environment, and so don't just assume that you wouldn't be able to get in, because actually the tutors are really good at assessing who's going to suit this sort of environment. And an interview is generally like a tutorial, so actually if you find the interview engaging and interesting, just to chat with someone who's the top of their game and learn about ideas, then that's exactly how tutorials are, and that's so just enjoy it and see if you enjoy that process, then probably this is the place to come. If you liked the video and want to find out more about top colleges around the world, don't forget to subscribe.